Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into something totally different, a productivity tool that isn't really a productivity tool in the way you might think. It's a planner designed specifically for neurodivergent minds. It's called Life Fractal Intelligence, and honestly, it's a fascinating way to tackle a really common problem. Okay, so just imagine for a second that your to-do list wasn't, well, a list. What if it looked like this? Your own personal universe, where your goals are these glowing orbs, your mood literally sets the color of the cosmos, and your energy level, how you're really feeling, changes the speed of the stars. It's such a cool idea, right? It turns planning, which can be super stressful, into something beautiful and interactive. But that brings up a really good question. Why? Why would anyone go to all this trouble to turn a simple planner into a piece of interactive art? Is it just a cool gimmick, or is there something deeper going on? Well, the answer really gets to the very heart of why traditional planners and productivity apps so often fail the people who need them the most. So to really get what makes this planner special, we first have to unpack the problem. See, most planners, from the ones you buy at the store to the apps on your phone, they're all built on a set of assumptions about how our brains are supposed to work. And if your brain doesn't work that way, these tools can honestly do more harm than good.
So here's assumption number one, and it's a big one. The assumption is that you basically have unlimited energy, and if you're not getting things done, you just need to try harder, right? But the reality, especially for anyone with chronic fatigue or sensory challenges, is that energy is a finite resource. Spoon theory explains this so well. This idea that you start the day with a certain number of spoons, and every single task costs you one. When you're out of spoons, you're out. Trying harder isn't an option. All right, assumption number two, that you can just visualize your goals. We hear this advice all the time, don't we? Just picture your success. But here's the thing, up to 4% of people have something called aphantasia. That means they literally cannot create mental pictures. For them, being told to imagine success is like being told to see a whole new color. It's just not possible.
And the third really flawed assumption is that shame and guilt are good motivators. You know what I'm talking about? Those apps that make a big deal about breaking your streak, where they splash all your overdue tasks in bright, angry red. For a lot of people, especially folks with ADHD or anxiety, this doesn't motivate at all. It just creates this vicious cycle of shame and avoidance that makes you want to shut down completely.
So if those are the problems, what's the fix?
Well, this is where Life Fractal Intelligence takes a totally different road. Instead of shaming you, it's all about taking your real, actual data, your mood, your energy, how focused you feel, and turning it into this personalized sensory experience that actually supports you.
So how does it work? It happens through this really clever 4-stage process. First, it captures your data with super simple, low-effort inputs. We're talking sliders and counters, no long journal entries needed. Then it takes those raw numbers and finds meaningful patterns, creating what it calls a wellness index. Next, that abstract data gets mapped to real sights and sounds. And finally, boom, the system renders your unique 3D universe, all in real time. What makes this so intuitive is that the connections are super direct and predictable. It's not some confusing black box. If your mood is low, your universe turns these beautiful, cool blue colors. If your energy is high, the patterns move faster, more dynamically. And as you work on your goals, you can literally watch your goal orbs shift from red to yellow to green. You can actually see your state of mind. And it's not just what you see, it's what you hear too. That same data shapes a custom therapeutic soundscape. A lower mood might generate calming binaural beats, while higher energy brings in more dynamic rhythms. What you're seeing and what you're hearing are perfectly in sync, which creates this incredibly immersive, coherent experience.
So you might be wondering, how does the app make all of this feel so, well, natural? The secret, and this is the really cool part, is that it's not using random algorithms. The entire system is built on fundamental mathematical constants that show up everywhere in nature.
The first one is the golden ratio, also known as phi, and you've seen this literally everywhere, even if you didn't know its name. It's in the spiral of a sunflower seeds, the curve of a shell, even in the proportions of our own DNA. It's a number that our brains are just hardwired to find balanced and beautiful. And the app uses this ratio in some really practical ways.
It places your goal orbs at something called the golden angle, which makes sure they're always perfectly spaced out, never cluttered. It uses the ratio to create audio harmonies that just sound right, and it times the animations to feel organic and natural, not robotic.
The other key ingredient here is fractals. Fractals are these incredible patterns that repeat themselves at every scale. A great example is a fern leaf, where each little frond looks like a tiny version of the whole thing. And the amazing part is all of that infinite, mesmerizing complexity comes from repeating one simple equation over and over again.
So what does this all mean for the app? It means that the fractal background you see on the screen, it's not just a pretty screensaver. The math that creates that fractal is being directly controlled by your wellness data. It becomes a unique, real-time visual fingerprint of your internal state. It's you.
Okay, so we've got the cool tech, we've got the beautiful math, but let's bring it back down to earth. How does any of this actually help someone who's struggling with focus or energy, or just feeling completely overwhelmed? Let's connect these features back to the real-world challenges they're built to solve.
Remember we talked about aphantasia? For someone who literally can't visualize success, this app is a game changer. It basically acts as an external imagination. Your goals aren't just abstract ideas anymore. They're tangible things, colored orbs that you can see, interact with, and watch change as you make progress. And beyond just visualization, the app is a huge support for executive function. And this is so critical because a staggering 80% of autistic individuals experience significant challenges with it. I mean, that's not a small number. It's a core part of the autistic experience for most people.
There's a great way to think about this. Executive function is kind of like your brain's air traffic control system. It's what manages your planning, your focus, your memory. And when that system gets overwhelmed, you get that crushing feeling where you can't even decide where to start because it all just feels like too much. So what the app does is provide external scaffolding to help support that system. Things like predictable layouts mean you spend less mental energy just trying to navigate the app. Tracking your spoons helps prevent you from overcommitting that limited energy. And other features like a focus mode and visual schedules help lower anxiety and manage your attention. And that audio we mentioned, it's not just for atmosphere. A study on binaural beats found they led to an average reduction of 26.3% in anxiety levels for patients. That's a huge, measurable impact from a feature that's just passively working in the background.
And this right here really gets to the core philosophy of the whole thing.
This tool isn't about trying to fix a neurodivergent brain or make it more normal. It's about acknowledging that different brains need different kinds of support, and then providing the external structure and visualization that traditional planners have just completely failed to offer.
It all comes back to this one really powerful idea. It reframes the daily struggle of managing everything, your tasks, your energy, not as a personal failure, but as the ongoing creation of a complex, beautiful, and totally unique work of art. And